So for those of you in YouTube, welcome to SCL CEP Season 6. This is day 5 of the group stage, and this is the Premier League race played on Noslen by React. The world record is held by Mebe with a 50.892. Marius and United Suram are playing for Demise. Then we got Eric for Team Broken Wrist. For Team Speedrun, we got Rasta Bobby and Mr. Trolley Molly. For Exortus, we've got Rex and Kriatman. For Team Extremely Disorientated, we've got Greenius and LNB Willy. For Team Amplify, we've got Mebe. And we've got Cloud as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we also got, as we said, we've got, Godspeed beats Quentin 43 and Nods. Broccoli teams to Team Smurfin 1 along with Larence, Manu, and Maddox playing for Team Smurfin 2. And we're about to get underway. Good luck, have fun, everyone. The race is underway now. As we're going to be spectating Nod, the winner from the Premier League race in day 2 of the group stage of the SCL CEP. And currently, good start so far for the Frenchman, although it's Mebe and Cloud who are trusting in the top 2 so far with Contact Alpha heading the top 3 right now. 4th place for Maddox, 5th place for LNB Willy and Exortus. This is Rex is in 6th position, then Nod in 7th and 8th position, battling out for 7th with Maddox. And Rex as well for P6. LNB Willy getting overtaken by Nod for P5 right now. Eric is in 3rd place, and now we're seeing that Mebe and Cloud are trying to check out as quickly as possible before the very first lap is ended, although it seems as though Nod is putting a little bit of a big fight right now compared to Contact Antoine and Cloud in first, second, and third. We also got Eric in the mix, so we're seeing a really good battle for the top 5 right now. Emerging, and Mebe and Cloud in top 2 still. Eric and Quentin battling out for 3rd place. Quentin having 3rd place, Nod in 4th place, and Willy going back into the top 5 and potentially overtaking Nod for 4th place. Eric trying to go for the rear line as we cross the finish line. It is Mebe in front of Contact Antoine, who snipes Cloud for 2nd by around 600 hundredths of a second. Cloud in 3rd, Nod 4th, and Eric in 5th place. Thank you for the warning on the game sound. Notelius, I actually corrected it. So, quick rundown after first lap. So, Mebe, Nod, Contact 43, Cloud, Eric, LNB Willy, Maddox, Broccoli, and Rex and Suram complete your top 10 so far with a couple of nicknames this time around. Suram battling it out with Greenius for the benefit of 10th position. Greenius overtaking the Norwegian right now, but Norwegian potentially having a bit more momentum as a result of that U-turn. We'll be able to get back past Greenius. Not quite, actually, although Rex is actually dropping like a stone, and Willy will touch the outside wall. It's game over for Willy as of lap number 2, and he's going to have to really tough fight to actually climb back up the ranks, and that's going to promote Suram automatically up to P7 as a result of that, and Greenius as well. Exortus is Rex, currently battling it out with Suram and Greenius at the end of lap number 2 for P7. P6 is currently held by Maddox up front, around 2/10 of a second, in front of Suram in 7th position right now. Eric closes out the top 5, but up front it's Mebe and Nod in 1st and 2nd place. Mebe having a 1/10 advantage over Nod in 2nd place. Cloud a further 10th behind in 3rd place, and keeping tabs on the battle, and Nod had dropping a bit of speed compared to Cloud before that tunnel section will enable Cloud to catch back him back up and try to put up a fight for 2nd place before the 3rd lap is even over here. Mebe still holding the lead pretty convincingly here with around 2/10 of a second of a gap between himself and 2nd place. Currently held by Nod, Cloud in 3rd, and Contact Alpha re-emerging in the battle for the top 3 right now, with Contact Alpha overtaking Cloud for 3rd position and crossing the line in 3rd place. So it says Australia and France in 1, 2, 3. And the Cloud is putting a bit of a fight. The Dutchman retaking the 3rd place from Contact Alpha, and Mebe still holding the lead with a 2/10 gap to Nod in 2nd place. Nod is going to try to resist as much as he can to Cloud, who's going to be trying to reel him in as quickly as possible, but he's got another Frenchman to potentially back him up though, and that is none other than his teammate Quentin 43 just behind Cloud in 1st position. Nod really wide right there at the exit of the corner and dropping down to 3rd place to Cloud, but Cloud will actually touch the inside wall, and he will get overtaken by both Quentin 43 and Eric, and he will fall down to P5 just like that, just before the end of lap number 4. Let's actually focus on someone who's a little bit further down the field. Let's actually focus on Manu from Team Smurfin 2. The Spanish driver currently sitting in P15, around 5 seconds down on the leader, and currently trying to chase down Rasta for the benefit of P14, currently 7/10 up on the Spaniard. At the end of lap number 4 then, it is still Mebe in the lead in front of Contact 43 and Nod taking the 3rd place from Eric, who has actually been overtaken by Nod, and Cloud is already 2nd down on his teammate, currently leading the race, and currently he's around 4/10 down on Eric in 4th position, and he's going to try to catch back up to these guys as quickly as possible to get back to the lead fight and for the big points for Team Amplify, which are going to be vital in case anything happens, in case anything catastrophic happens to Mebe. Well, we got Maddox in 6th place, battling it up with Sturom, who just overtaken him for 6th position. And Maddox, the Swiss driver for Team 2, currently trying to get back in there and try to score some big points. He's currently the best place of the Smurf drivers so far. Unfortunately for Team Smurf in 1, it's not really going according to plan, with Larens in P16 and Procoli in P17 respectively. And yeah, Team Speedrun also having one of their drivers currently closing out the field, and it is Mr. Trollimoli already 10.4 seconds down on the leader as a result at the end of lap number 5. A little bit further down the field, we got LMB Willie battling it out with Sinimini to keep his 10th position in check. Currently battling it out with the Estonian driver for Team Kupferos, who's keeping him honest. He's keeping him in check so far, and he's currently reeling the extremely disoriented driver currently trying to get back up into 10th position. Currently, Sinimini is in P11, and he's the only driver driving for Team Kupferosa, so there's going to be a lot of weight on his shoulders in terms of point scoring for him, as does Rex. Rex actually has Kriat to back him up. There was another team that unfortunately has only one team member, and that is Erik. Erik currently representing Team Broken Wrist, and the only one representing that team at that. And currently, it looks like that he's in a good position to score some big points. Currently sitting in 3rd place with 1 second of a gap between himself and the leader, although Quentin 43 is not far behind, and he's keeping him in check. And yeah, he actually manages to overtake Erik after Erik got a little bit of a wide line and dropped a lot of momentum compared to the French driver from Team Godspeed. And thus, Erik is now demoted down to P4, and he could potentially fall victim to Cloud if the latter can actually catch back up to Erik in 4th position, although Cloud is a long ways away from being able to actually mount a fight to 4th position and 3rd position just yet. He's currently half a second down on the top 3, and he's having a lot of catch-up to do after that early mistake at the result of the end of lap number 2 or 3, if I'm not mistaken. Quentin overtaking Erik then for P3, Erik in P4, but still remaining in that in contact with the 2 Godspeed drivers and trying to pile on the pressure, although he touched the wall, and that's going to be allowing Cloud to catch back him and back up, and that's going to promote the Dutch driver for Team Amplified already up into 4th position. That was a bit of a handed down on a silver plate kind of position taking, but still some valuable points on the board for Team Amplified, who's going to try to enforce their advantage more than ever in this race. We're seeing a few PBs currently. The fastest lap of the race so far, is currently held by Erik with a 51.0137. So we are not seeing yet pace dipping in the below the 51 zone so far. Although we might see that at later stages of the race when people are getting a little bit comfortable and are trying to let loose some of their pace advantage potentially as we get further and further in the field. Currently, the local records, as you can see on the server, only 2 drivers have been able to get into the 120, into the 51 zone, and those are Mebe and Cloud in Cloud in 1st, Mebe 2nd. Cloud having been able to overtake Quentin 43 for 3rd position, who made Quentin 43 having made a mistake actually compared to Cloud, and that's going to promote Cloud back up to 3rd position, and he's actually catching up to the other Godspeed driver with Nord being reeled in by Cloud right now, and maybe we could see another Amplified 1-2 in the making just over a third of the way through the race right now. And currently it is still Mebe at the beginning of lap number 10, holding steady with a 1.9 second advantage to Nord in 2nd position, 1.6 sorry, as they cross the line to start lap number 10. Cloud in 3rd position to back up his teammates. So far there's a 1-3 for Team Amplify, sorry, but can they get a 1-2? Potentially. Only one way to find out, folks. So no, trying to resist Cloud's assaults to try to get back up into 3rd position, into 2nd position right now. And so far, the Frenchman is holding steady. He's keeping himself at 1.6 to 1.7 seconds away from Mebe, and he's trying to keep Cloud at bay, although Cloud going really aggressive with those lines is surely going to catch back some momentum compared to Nod. He's already within 3/10 of the Frenchman right now. We'll have to see on the final part if he's able to actually make up some ground. He's visibly closing, as Nod did not get as much of a good line compared to Cloud, and Cloud is now within 2/10 or even of actually getting the Frenchman up back down to 2nd place, to 3rd place, sorry. Although the gap is somewhat stabilized right now, so we're gonna have to wait and see how this will go down. Although Quentin is still keeping Cloud on this. So we got a bit of a battle here, potentially for second brewing up, with the two Godspeed drivers sandwiching Cloud at the moment, and Cloud being reeled in by Quentin, as a matter of fact, into this corner. And Cloud could potentially be set to lose this second place at any moment's notice, especially if he repeats that wall touch right here. And it seems that it was really close for Cloud. It came really close to touching, but thankfully it was not to be for the driver, so he just lives to fight another lap, should we say right now. And he still retains that third place. He still gets those points for Amplified in the overall ranking, and currently is looking for a better situation for Amplified in terms of the point scoring compared to Godspeed, with a 1-3 for Amplified compared to a 2-4 for Godspeed. Edic is slowly but surely getting left behind, already 1 second down on the closest contender, which is Quentin 43 in third place, and he's currently, I think, getting reeled in by Suram, who's half a second down on the driver for Team Broken Wrist. So Edic could still be demoted for 6th position here by the Norwegian driver from Team Demise, as we see a few PBs coming a few way, with Broccoli improving his personal best on this race with a 51.590. No general improvement in the fastest lap so far, and we're still hanging with a 51.137 by Edic a little bit earlier in the race. Mario CD9, meanwhile, the other team player for Team Demise, currently battling it out for 10th position with Cinemini. Cinemini reeling in the German Safemeister, as we like to call him, to try to rob him of that 10th position. But so far it is Marius who holds out, with Cinemini being around the 10th behind, and the two are actually battling fairly fiercely here for that spot right now. And it seems as though up front we do have a bit of a gap shrinking. We got a 2.1 second gap from Mebe to Nod in second place, and then we've got only a 2/10 gap between Cloud and Nod. Nod in second, Cloud in third, and Cloud is slowly but surely steadily reeling him in. So we could potentially see another position change coming up, with Amplify finally getting the 1-2 they have been looking for after halfway through the race. As we start lap number 14, Nod is still getting reeled in by Cloud, and Mebe is still leading the charge for Team Amplified, with around a 2.2 second gap to Nord in second place. Cloud is in third place, around 2/10 down on the second place driver from Team Godspeed, and Quentin 43 actually getting overtaken by Eric. Eric actually managing to potentially take advantage of Quentin's mistake a little bit earlier that we didn't catch on camera, and he got back past him to 4th position. But Quentin, with much more speed at the end of that uphill turn, is going to be able to overtake the Broken Wrist driver and get back up to 4th position. Eric is not having going down without a fight, though, as he continues to chase Quentin 43 through the downhill and then into the tunnel section. Watch out to not touch the wall on the inside. Really well negotiated by Eric for Team Broken Wrist, and he's currently fighting out really well for 4th position right now. Eric is still at the advantage compared to Quentin, but Quentin potentially scoring a more aggressive line towards the end. Let's see. Yes, it is very aggressive indeed, and that's going to allow him to actually get back up through 4th place with really good execution, actually get back up to Cloud, who made a mistake, and that's going to let Nord have a little bit of breathing room, and let second place slip away from Cloud's fingers right now, and allow actually Quentin 43 to get back up to potentially mounting a challenge to Cloud as he tries to reel him in. He's currently 6/10 down on the Dutch driver for Team Amplified, but it's still quite a ways away until we could be at the critical points, unless a mistake happens on behalf of the Dutchman from Team Amplified. Really sorry about that shady commentary there. Anyways, towards the down side of the field, currently it is Broccoli who seems to have made a mistake really early on in the race. Currently rounding out the field in 18th and last place, trying to catch back up to Mr. Trolley Molly, who's 3 seconds up the road. And yeah, unfortunately for Team Superfront, it's not really going well, because his teammate Lawrence is not doing any much better right now. He's currently only 15th position, and currently still chasing down Rasta from Team Speedrun, although it seems as though that really shoddy line from Rasta is going to really cost him in the end, since it enables Lawrence to catch back up, and potentially Lawrence will be overtaking Speedrun's Rasta for 14th. Yes, he does, but the battle still rages on for that 14th position. Every single point counts towards the final ranking, so the players are giving it their best. And it seems as though we've got a lead change in Nord that seems to have made a mistake off camera. Nord has died. Thank you very much, Bull. And yeah, I completely missed that on camera. Really sorry about this. But anyways, Nord is now down to P6 after a really huge mistake that we have missed. And unfortunately for Team Godspeed, the odds of them scoring some big points have distinctly shrunk down compared to Team Amplified, who are currently running 1 and 2 in that order. Mebe in the lead in front of Cloud by 3.1 seconds. and the Cloud has around a half a second advantage over Quentin in third place. The sole representative for Team Godspeed in the top 3 right now. Suram is in P4, Eric completes the top 5, and Nod is going to have a lot of work to do to get back up to the top 5 and potentially the podium position. Is he going to have to sacrifice his teammate for third position? That could be something that would be on the cards. Meanwhile, Maddox, representing the second Smurf team really well, currently sitting in P7, 7 seconds down on the leader right now, and around 8/10 up on his nearest opponent, which is currently LNB Willie from Team Extremely Disoriented, currently 8 seconds down on the leader. 9th for place for Rex Id, with 10.3 seconds of a gap between himself and the leader, and City Mini has managed to get by Mario City 9 in the end to get into the top 10. The top 10 is separated by 14.2 seconds, and we're currently halfway to seeing Procoli potentially getting lapped, although let's hope that it does not happen for the Team Smurfin 1 driver. So let's actually check in on the battle for the 4th position right now, because it is Suram versus Erik, and Erik is actually closing in on the Norwegian driver from Team Demise. Currently, Erik is finding himself around 1.5 tenths down on Suram in the battle for 4th position. Maybe we could see a bit of a more aggressive line, but actually both lines are actually really excellently made by both Suram and Erik. A bit of a more aggressive inside tunnel compared to Suram for Erik. That's going to allow him to get back up into his gearbox and try to challenge for 4th position into this exit, into this final part right now. Both drivers going for a somewhat semi-aggressive line right now, and he's currently it is Suram who holds 4th position, and Erik with a much better entry to the corner will actually snatch 4th place temporarily, but it's still Suram who holds the charge right now, and it is currently looking good for Team Demise right now, as he has 4th position, although Marius is not really having a much of a grand old time here at his attempt of trying to score points. He even gets relieved by Greenius from Team EXD, Extremely Disoriented, sorry, and he will potentially be demoted to 12th position, but Greenius actually not able to make the move stick on Mario CD9. Meanwhile, Cindy is checking out in front of the Safe Meister, and Cindy is currently holding in P10 right now, as Mario CD9. We got a little bit of an issue with the CPs at the bottom right corner, so don't pay attention to them, guys. It's a little bit of a lag spike. Meanwhile, we're already 2/3 of the way through in this race, and we're about to go. There we go, lap number 20 for Mebe. 5 laps to go for the leader right now, with his teammate in 2nd place, around 3.3 seconds down on the leader, and we've got a new fastest lap being put down by Quentin 43 with a 59.059. So it seems as though we're gonna head closer and closer to that sub 51 range, potentially towards the end of the race. Hello Vince, hello Bull, hello everyone who just joined, and yeah, currently Cinemini still holding in P10, but it actually got reeled in by both Greenius and Mario CD9. He must have made a mistake a little bit earlier on that we didn't catch, and Greenius will overtake Cinemini for 10th position right now. Cinemini down to 11th, while Mario CD9 trying to follow through and actually demotes Cinemini down to 12th position. Currently, it is not looking that to be the case currently. Mario CD9 having a little bit of trouble trying to catch back up to Cinemini. Currently 2/10 down on the 12th position, and it seems as though, yeah, you're right, we don't see Quentin anymore. Oh, Quentin is actually down to P9, so yeah, it seems as though Team Godspeed has faltered in this race. We completely missed that again on off camera. Nod is now down to 5th, Quentin down to 9th, so here Team Amplified are just having a bit of the jubilee, should I say, as they are attacking lap number 21. 4 laps to go for the leading team right now. And yeah, Mebe in first, Cloud in second, 3.3 seconds down on his teammates. Suram is promoted automatically up to 3rd as a result of that. A Norwegian into the top 3, and a Team Demise player into the top 3, scoring some big points. Currently, Mario CD9 still struggling to get by Cine Mini, although he's currently wheeling the Estonian in. You can see there's still a little bit of a battle brewing for 10th place. Although Greenius is trying to check out as quickly as possible, he's not safe from making a mistake and potentially dropping down the leaderboard as some of the other drivers of the ranking did. 51.05 done by Nod. It's actually 1,000th faster than his teammate Quentin 43, and so Nod will get the fastest up of the race as Cine Mini got reeled in by Marius in the end, and Marius is gonna be putting a fight for 11th position in the points that actually come with it. City Mini driver alone. Yeah, unfortunately, there's only one Kupferosse member and only one broken wrist member in this race. The broken wrist driver being currently Erik, battling it out with Suram for third position and actually overtaking Suram for third position as soon as I switched to him. And yeah, Erik was scoring some big points right now on due course to score some big points for team broken wrist, who does not have a teammate to back him up, sadly, as we are attacking the penultimate lap for the Amplified guys, and the gap has widened between Mebe and Cloud. Cloud is now almost 4.5 seconds down on his teammate, currently leading the race. Erik in third place in front of Suram. In third place, 3/10 in front of Suram, sorry. Then Nod completes the top 5, 7 seconds down on the leader, and reeling in Suram to potentially get and salvage some points and salvage what can be salvaged from this race for their team to help their chances in actually getting qualified into the grand final at the end of the group stage, which is going to be on next week, actually, on the 24th of June. We're going to be casting the final 2 races of the group stage, the Open League at 8 p.m. and the Premier League at 8:45. So be sure to be there next week as well. Meanwhile, Suram got reeled in by Nod in the end, and Nod will try to put up a fight for fourth position right now, and Erik will be down his sights for a potential 3rd place, and Nod got back up to 4th, currently holding within a 10th of him, currently holding 10th at bay in 5th position. Then meanwhile, Maddox currently in 6th place, also seeing potentially a top 5 position in lurking in the distance for the Swiss driver. Meanwhile, the team Amplified guards are actually leading this race like nobody's business. We're just past the 20-minute mark, and we're towards the end of the final lap for the 2 leaders. Mebe will come around the final corner in a few seconds to score the race win for Team Amplified, and he will score the biggest amount of points along with his teammate Cloud. It's going to be an Amplified 1-2. Mebe will win the race in front of his teammate Cloud in 2nd place. The double confirmed for Team Amplified. Erik will finish in 3rd place. No, will snipe him at the finish line. Nod 3rd, Erik 4th, Suram 5th, Maddox in 6th place. Really good efforts from the Smurf Team 2 driver. LMB Willie 7th, Rex in 8th, Quentin in 9th, and Greenius will complete the top 10. Marius 89 battling out with Cindy Mini. It is Marius who will finally snipe Cindy Mini for 11th for 21 thousandths of a second. Marius 11th, Marius 89 11th, Cindy Mini 12th, Kreat 13th, Grapan 13th, Rasta Bobby 14th. Then we got Larence 15th, Mano in 16th. Then we find Mr. Trolley Molly, who's going to be going across the finish line to finish in 17th position. And then we find Broccoli, who is actually doing the backwards version of the race, having nothing to lose now. He's still gonna have plenty of time to finish. He has 5 minutes to come around to complete the final lap. He's currently doing a great job of driving in reverse, speed capped at around 250 kilometers an hour. He's actually started gaining by doing some small slides here and there as he heads to the final part of the course. Will he have to do a drift? No, that's not really looking good. After that turn, he tried to go full send into it, but it didn't really work out. But in the end, it won't really matter that much because it's not going to impact his ability to finish the round and claim the points, unfortunately, for 18th position. For Team Smurfin 1, it did not go all the way that it was meant to be. It's Team Smurfin 2, mixed fortunes with Mano in 16th place, but Maddox in 6th position, scoring some big points for the team. And yeah, Amplified are the king of the hill today. GG's for Mebe and Cloud, who take the top 2, and Suram, actually Nod, sniping Suram at the line for 3rd position. So your final ranking is the following: Mebe in 1st place, Erik in 2nd place, actually on countback. Oh, actually no, is it Cloud? No, Cloud in 2nd place. Then we got Erik 3rd. It seems as though we got a little bit of a messed up ranking for the race, but yeah, top 2 is Mebe and Cloud. Nod in the end managed to snipe Erik for 3rd position, and Erik down to 4th. So yeah, this has been it for the Premier League race.